Hey, what's up? My name is Cameron Doherty, and today we're taking a look at what I think might just be the perfect boom arm. It's called the Fifine BM66, and after spending several weeks with it, I'm not sure you're going to find a better bang for your buck boom arm on the market today. There's several things that I personally look for in a boom arm: aesthetics, build quality, the setup and compatibility, the movement and adjustability, the cable management it includes, and finally just overall value. This arm excels in each of these areas, and I'll explain why. But before I dive into the details, please note that this boom arm was sent to me by Fifine along with the Tank 3 microphone that I'm using right now. I reviewed this separately, link in the description. Now, despite them providing these products for review, all opinions in this video are my own. They had no say in the content. They didn't get to review a script or the video prior to posting, nothing like that. So now that's out of the way, let's jump in. Starting with aesthetics, this boom arm is clean and simple. It's all black with a very simple logo on both sides of the top joint up here. I personally hate obnoxious branding, but this is a balance of the brand being able to promote themselves without it being too in your face. So thank you to Fifine for choosing to be discreet when it comes to branding. This clean design could honestly fit just about anywhere, any particular type of setup, but I think it would look particularly nice in a podcast setup. Now, the functional portion of the arm is made of metal with plastic covering each segment and providing space for cable management along the top. The result is a balance between it feeling heavy-duty with sturdy construction without excessive amounts of weight. The plastic used is thick and feels pretty high quality. It's still plastic though, so it's not perfect, but it's the right trade-off. Setup is simple. The included C-clamp is easy to use and can accommodate surfaces as thick as 2.4 inches and all the way down to just 0.8 inches. Inside, there's a thin layer of a padded felt-like material on the top and bottom, which should be enough to prevent any major scratches or damage to your desk. It's very nice to see. Once you have the clamp secured, the arm simply slots in the top. Then you can use the provided Allen wrench to lock it in place. Pro tip, if you are concerned about losing the wrench, or if you do frequent adjustments and just want to keep it handy, grab yourself a small magnet and attach it to the base of the clamp. This will keep it out of sight, but handy should you ever need to remove the arm from the clamp. At the other end of the arm, a 1/4 inch mount is provided, along with adapters to get it to 3/8 inch and 5/8 inch. This ensures you can mount just about any microphone, light, camera, or other contraption. In testing, I even used it to record overhead video by attaching it to this shelving unit right here. It performed great. The only constraint here is weight, which Fifine ranks at a maximum of 2 kilograms or 4.4 pounds. Now, once everything is set up, movement is fluid and simple. It's easy to adjust the main arm to the proper position. Then you can adjust the head by loosening this knob, enabling 360 degrees of rotation and 180 degrees of tilt. With all the available movements, there's a lot of flexibility to accommodate your specific setup. Finally, when you're done using the arm, it folds up nicely to store out of the way. Now, as usual with my reviews, there's always some potential negatives to point out when it comes to the usability of really any product. A lot of this is me being very picky, but I want to make sure to call these things out that may result in problems for you. First, the movement feels very solid, but it requires a bit more force than some people may expect based on the level of resistance that I'm feeling. Second, the head has a lot of adjustability, but the plastic construction doesn't feel that great to use. I have no reason to believe that it wouldn't hold up in the long term, but plastic is plastic, so you never know. Now, third, once you have cables in place, adjustment can get a little bit restricted. So as you make those finer movements, you might have to fish some cable through one way or the other to make it work. Finally, once in place, there's a bit of a wobble. It's an acceptable amount, in my opinion, but your mileage may vary. The last thing to call out is the height. This is a standard height mic arm. If you need taller, Fifine sells a version called the BM66T, T for tall, which adds a 5.2 inch extension to the base and allows you to clear over an obstruction. If, on the other hand, you need to stay low to go under a monitor or other piece of equipment, you'll want to look at a low profile arm. Fifine sells one that's called the BM88, which is slightly different, has different cable management, but has most of the same features as this model. Speaking of cable management, I've mentioned it a few times, and it's a highlight for me on this product. Compared to many competing options, which have cable clips running along the arm, the BM66 has a full cable channel with these rubber gaskets to conceal and contain those cables. In the end, you only see cables connecting to the mic and up at this main hinge here. It's a great clean look that I really appreciate. Now, as I mentioned, when making adjustments, you'll want to be careful that you don't put too much strain on your cables, as it could potentially cause some damage. Also, if your cables are very taut, it's possible that adjustments will cause these rubber gaskets to come loose, so just be cognizant with your cables anytime you're making adjustments. Finally, the last thing to discuss is pricing and overall value. As you can probably tell, I can't find many reasons not to love this arm. It's virtually perfect, and another big factor for me that makes it perfect is the value. The retail price of the BM66 is just $80. The two most comparable options that I was able to find were the Elgato Wave mic arm and the Joby Wavo boom arm, both of which retail for $100. Combine that with the fact that Fifine currently has this on sale for just $65, and you've got a pretty undeniable value. You can certainly find cheaper boom arms out there, though none of them appear to have the same quality and features as the BM66. If you've got a boom arm that you think provides a better value, let me know down in the comments. If you found this review useful, don't forget to subscribe. We've recently passed 9,000 subscribers, and I'm thrilled to keep going on this ride with all of you. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.